So I've got a question for you. Is marketing more like going fishing or firing fireworks out into the night sky? Are you spending time reeling people in, or are you just trying to be visible to everyone around you? There's a lot of different ways to think about it, but those are some of the key differences between push and pull marketing. I welcome you to my desk. I'm Ian Cruikshank, CEO of Leadbox, and today we're going to talk about the differences between push and pull marketing. So push marketing, also sometimes referred to as outbound marketing, is really about showing up at someone's door and telling them they've got a great deal coming up, or telling them what you've got available to get them excited. Really what it is doing is we are actively interrupting someone's day with a message that they did not actively solicit. They didn't actively look for that message. So we're interrupting them and we're giving them our message. We're pushing it on them. So why is push marketing so effective, and when would you use it? Really, it's about introducing something new, informing a group of people, informing your target market of something that you have that they weren't even searching for or considering at the time. You've got to get on their radar first, right? Push marketing is really as old as marketing itself, as old as advertising. Push marketing is really about yelling your message, communicating your message, kind of like the town crier, but maybe using, I don't know, a billboard or a big newspaper ad back in the day. Right? All sorts of different ways to get the message out. Putting a big banner on the side of your building. Heck, even putting a gorilla on the roof of your retail location. That's push. All right, so in this day and age, we've got a lot of tools that we can use. We don't have to just stick to the old school stuff like television, radio, newspaper, billboards, and of course, at my desk, we're typically talking about digital stuff, right? So, what are the tools that you've got in your toolbox when you're talking about push marketing? Of course, you've got social media ads, right? You can put all the information out in those environments, distract people when they're looking at their feed. You've got email marketing, popping up in their inbox, still a super powerful way to communicate a message outwardly, an outbound message, like a push piece of marketing. Right? We could say YouTube sponsorships. Maybe you're running at the front of a program that is targeted with your market, right? So you're going to have a nice ad sitting up in the front, or maybe it's a brought to you by. Maybe it's an informational message that you associate with a brand or a speaker that you value, right? Podcasts are on that kind of idea as well. The ads that you can go into them, and you can't skip them. You can distract people by getting in the way of that communication that they're looking to get into. Sometimes it's a bummer, right? Sometimes people don't like it, but what are we trying to do? We're trying to distract people from what they're currently doing, to tell them what's up. And of course, there's display ads or banner ads, right? All over the internet, all over different websites, different ways of communicating people and breaking through the clutter if you can design it effectively. All right, now pull marketing is a little bit different, right? This is when someone's actively looking for something you've got. So sometimes referred to as inbound marketing, we're trying to help people find us as they're looking around. Think of it as a signpost helping guide you on your directions as you're walking through the street. So simply put, we want to be helping these folks in this passive way where really they're just in the process of looking for information, and we're making sure that our business, our offer, our value is visible to them as they're looking for it, as they're searching for it. So why is this pull aspect so effective, right? Really, what's happening is we've got audiences who are looking for the things that we're showing them, looking for the things that we can help them with. By the time they find us, they're already in that mode of wanting to buy, or at least consider buying, consider purchasing what you have, that service, that good, whatever the case. You're meeting them at that perfect moment, and sometimes referred to that zero moment of truth. You can actually search that up. It's kind of a cool concept, but it's really about meeting them at that moment of the decision-making process, helping them to decide what's next, and hopefully you are. So where did it all start? What were the original, the OG pull marketers, right? Think that big book that big Yellow Pages book that was on your doorstep. The one that later, when there was so much digital stuff going on, that they weren't allowed to deliver those books anymore because they became a pain, right? So those directories, right, you're flipping through and you're looking for P because you want a plumber, and you see all sorts of plumber ads, right? There was a ton of media sold in that environment, but that was the original pull marketing, right? So same sort of thing. If they're looking for you at the store, they're trying to flip through and find where they're going to go and purchase that vehicle or how they're going to service that muffler. All right, so never mind these Yellow Pages, folks, God bless them. But modern pull marketing is really in that world of Google, right? We're really talking about search, Google and Bing, and maybe a little while ago, Yahoo and some others, but it's really the Google world that is dominating, right? So no one's flipping through a physical book anymore. Instead, they're going to their device, whatever it is, whether it's a desktop machine or their mobile phone or whatever on their tablet, and they're searching for those key things that they're trying to figure out. They might even be asking a device. I'm not going to say her name right now because the one over there will start to talk to us, right? So it's a double-edged sword, right? Now we're competing in these environments. We've got Google Ads, we've got search engine optimization, we've got Google Business Profile, all of these things that are so important to our business. But invariably, it's increased the competition, right? We're actually competing on a larger regional, if not national, if not international scale for many of the things that we're doing, right? Your parts department might have been affected by that, right? So the reality is you're competing with companies around the world for that visibility to be able to reach your buyer in your market. There's another thing to really consider as well, and this is coming up more and more. We've already had a great talk about AI, and there'll be more in the future, but people are now asking GPT for advice on what they should purchase, what they should acquire, where they should go for dinner, what they should be doing to service their vehicle. So it's important, though the strategies aren't yet clear, it's important to understand that this ongoing effort of figuring out how to reach folks in these pull aspects of marketing are going to be most important. It's going to be a lot of fun, so stay tuned and we'll get into more of it. All right, so now it's really time to think about when are we going to use these push marketing strategies, right? We've already talked about the what and the why and that sort of thing, but when are we going to use these strategies? So we all know when we're selling something maybe that people aren't actively looking for, right? We're trying to communicate something exciting that we've got on offer. So it could be that you're recently moved to a new location, or you're recently offering a whole new service that people don't even know about. You need push marketing as that megaphone to be able to communicate from the mountaintops that you've got something desirable for consumers in the market. You have to convince them. You need to use push marketing to do that. Maybe you're running a special contest, or you're hosting a barbecue, or maybe you want to send people to Las Vegas if they come and join you for a test drive, right? Different ways to do things like that. Again, these are things that you're going to want to push out into the market. Also, if you've got something that's a little more of a niche product, maybe there's lower demand and you need to get information out to the right people because they may not even know that they need this service that you've got yet, right? Or this product that you've got yet. That's the time to get into push marketing. It could well be that you've got this great service that's new out of your F&I department. You want to make sure that people know that they can benefit from that, right? So communicate that message through push. Let people know so that when they then start to search for you or start to come in the door, you can help them more effectively in store. So now you know a little bit more about what pull marketing is. How do you make sure to use it right? What are some examples what you would use when you're getting into it? So, think of that part of your business or that category within your business where there's already demand. And maybe you've actually run a whole bunch of push campaigns to create some of that demand. Keep that in mind because they're working in concert together. So people are now searching for it. Well, they're probably always searching for pre-owned cars, right? Searching for used cars. There's always someone making the search on their search engine for affordable cars near me or used cars near me. And if you're not showing up in the Google environment when people are making those searches, you're definitely leaving money on the table. The other piece of it relative to local service, right? Making sure that you're always showing up as that competitive offering in the service side of things, be it tire changeover, be it regular maintenance, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Don't leave that money on the table for other folks, independent vendors down the street, all that sort of stuff. Make sure your dealership is winning and at the forefront of that type of search, right? All relative to pull marketing. Really anything that fits a well-known category. Think of stuff that you might be writing content on a regular basis. Very important for your SEO, right? To be able to show up in those environments. Your entire website is really a wealth of information for consumers to be able to find out important details and decide that they want to work with you. That's why SEO and Google Ads, strong listings are all super important these days, right? It used to be that we were all just competing in this one book. We're all just competing on this local basis or maybe regional basis, right? It might have been, I'm in the Vancouver area, it might have been a suburban book, right? Where we had the Tri-Cities, and that was the smaller book that you'd look at to find someone really local. Or maybe you'd pull out the Vancouver book, right? And you'd look through that bigger piece and you'd see someone with the bigger ad or the bigger 2-page spread that they're trying to get your attention from. It's very, very different today, right? It's this fascinating world where now all of a sudden, and think parts for a second, how many eBay marketers are out there trying to scoop your business in the parts environment? You've got to make sure that your competition is on point in this pull marketing space to be able to win as much business, and I always like to talk about winning an unfair share of the market available business, right? Get into that unfair share, work extra hard, and scoop all the business that you can on the daily before they scoop the business from you. Really, pull marketing is about being everywhere that they are going to look to make sure you've got the answer to solve their problem. Push and pull. We're using them together. Just like peanut butter and jelly, you spread that push marketing to spread the awareness, and then you get your jelly on the other side to pull in the, I don't know, peanut butter jelly, whatever it is. You've got delicious food. You've got to make sure that you let people know you've got delicious food. And then when they search for your restaurant, they're going to come right in. You put those pieces together. So look, there you have it. You've got to have the push to grab people's attention. And then you got to have that pull to reel that fish in, scoop it up with the net, and bring it into the boat. There's all the metaphors and all the similes you could ask for available with these topics. But, you know, it's just most important that you start to dig into, what am I doing that is push? What am I doing that is pull? Am I doing enough of both? Am I doing too much of one versus the other, right? Work through those pieces. And, of course, if you've got some thoughts on it, put it in some of the comments below. Love to answer your questions. And if you want to hear more about these sorts of topics, you want to get into a little bit more, please feel free to like this video and subscribe, and we'll let you know what else is going on. But most of all, I want to thank you for spending time with me at my desk.